Hey guys, it's Book of Katherine, and yesterday was very good. I filmed like 5 things, so anyway, so I'm kind of like knocked out, but I did want to talk to you just a little bit about this one thing that I saw, and I don't want to forget to do it, and so I'm just doing it really, really quick. So if you can just forgive me for being in bed and not like, it'll be forever. I know how these days go. It's going to be forever before I'm up. So, just forgive me for being in bed for this time. So, anyway, if you saw, I've noticed this pattern and I've talked to you guys about it before. There is this pattern that happens if there is a Trump rally and the left covers it, but they don't say like, oh, it was Trump rally, Trump rally. They cover it by doing a kind of poison pill where they make it about another issue. They say, oh, this other thing happened, this other thing happened. It always makes me wonder what happened at that rally. It makes me want to see the rally, if that makes sense. I've learned their patterns by now. If you read through my Twitter feed, I talk about poison pills and the things that they cover up. And I've learned that they kind of do that with the Trump rally, because there's a lot of Trump rallies that happen and you don't hear about them. Oh, my camera just keeps stopping. I'm so sorry that's going to keep happening for a little while. I need to figure out what that is, so I apologize. So anyway, so that is just, so I checked into it, and then like the next day, it made me look at, the next day I just happened to be watching Sarah Sanders. I don't get to watch for some reason. I watched her press conference. I don't know why. I don't watch them very often. And they mentioned again the Trump rally, and they said something about the fringe black, movement there. And I was like, okay, I need to watch this rally. And so I watched it. Well, what was happening is that there are 1 million of these signs saying Blacks for Trump 2020 that got into the cameras, and the cameras couldn't cut them off. Whoever these guys were, they did an amazing, amazing job of like getting their signs up everywhere. Even in the Jim Acosta, when they were yelling at Trump, they were there and they had their signs up. And that is hard to do. That is hard to do. Usually you see one sign maybe, but these guys were strategic. Like they had a ton of them. They were all throughout. And that's not a fringe group. That's not a fringe group. When there can be that many signs that the cameras can't avoid them. They're so good at zooming in, and they can't cut off a sign. It takes quite a few signs to do that. And these guys were really great about it. So it made me, since they did 2 poison pills on it, they did try to discredit the black fringe group. And then since they also tried to do the Jim Acosta story or whatever, that was so obviously like him crying wolf, when they just told everyone to when Maxine Waters had just got on a camera and told everyone to do the exact same thing to everybody. So it's kind of like they're kind of falling on their own sword. Like it was kind of like an obvious thing of like, how can you complain about it when you just like a week ago had everyone, told everybody to go do that. They kind of knew they'd be called out on that, but they just needed to kind of distract everyone from the rally for a little bit. And so I was like, all right, because I'm going to go look at this website. And it made me sad because the website had all these links being like protection against hacks. And I was like, right. And I've seen that with other websites that put out really amazing and important information. Like there are websites that are getting wiped out, that are getting shut down. Like there is a serious war. And it makes you wonder who's behind that, because that you got to know a lot to be able to shut websites down. So anyway, so they had a lot of like anti-hacking stuff going on, like links to sites. So if you scroll down and say click through to the site, which it is easy to do, they have plenty of links on there, and you click through to the site, it has a bunch of white links. It has a header, and it has a bunch of links on it. But if you keep scrolling down past the header, you realize after a while it's a header. If you just keep scrolling down, it's got links to videos. And crap, I look like crap again. I promise it's a good thing I filmed way into the morning yesterday. It was wonderful. I've never filmed 5 videos in a day, not since like last October. Not even then. I couldn't even film 5 videos. So this is a good thing. It's something to be celebrated. And I know I'll be up and walking like today. I know that it won't be all day. So don't worry. I just look like, poo now. But what I saw on that site, this group has been going for a while, and it's like we keep saying, like, YouTube pushes up black conservatives that sound just like white conservatives. Like, they're saying the exact same things. They're just talking about the exact same issues. But these guys aren't like that. These blacks for Trump, they are not like that. They're very different. And I saw this one video. They did an interview with TMZ. And they were so great because they were just like, show me my money. They were like, do you have anything you want to say for, running for Trump for 2020? And he said, show me my money. Because he said, that's all I want. I don't want your welfare. I just want, and he was driving a really nice car. And they said, that's a nice ride you had. He's like, sure enough. And they were like, who pays for it? And he's like, not your business. But he was just like, I just want, whoever's going to give me the money. You going to lower my taxes? Great. That's my money. And I was just, all I could think of, it was in my head when I said, they give you the welfare because they want you to take that $500 check so you don't get that $20K. They want you to take that $500 check so you don't take that $100K. They don't take your $1 million. And I watched this amazing black conservative that they don't actually push up on YouTube, and he's running for office in 2020. I'm going to share him. He's amazing. But he actually made the point that LeBron James didn't take a welfare check. He made the point that LeBron James was a self-made man. And I hadn't thought about that. He's like, LeBron James did it on his own. For everything LeBron James says, be a victim and all these sorts of things, and encouraging people to be a victim. He's like, how did LeBron James make his money? He did it on his own through blood, sweat, and hard work and hard tears. He went out there and made it on his own. And through everything, he's like, LeBron James lives the life of a conservative. And I was just like, wow. And that's the thing, is that if you go the welfare route, you can't, it's freezing again. You can't make you guys keep getting all these faces where I'm like, in the middle of a sentence, I'm so sorry, I need to fix it. So anyway, so yeah, if that's the point. And white people are on welfare too, and it's a great way to make sure that the 1% keeps their money because they don't have any competition. When you make money, they lose money. That's the whole point, is that there's only so much money in the world. When you move up in the world, and when you read Tragedy and Hope, it talks all about that. The 1%'s very, very aware of it. It talks all about it. When the peasants in China started making money, like, they were like, oh crap. And that's why they took away, like, their access to oil and gas, because that was cheap energy that the peasants could use to actually start making their own money. And so they started coming up with ways to make sure that they couldn't do it. And so this is a buy-off. We'll give you a little bit of money so that, it's easy money that, you just take it so that you don't go get the big money. And here are these, Blacks for Trump 2020. And and guess what they're doing when they're like, I want lower taxes so I can keep my money. Well, they're driving nice cars and everything because because they didn't choose that system. They're making bank. They're making bank. They've got nice cars, and they just make sense. They don't care if a president's black, red, white, brown, whatever. They want the policies that let them keep their money that they earn. And they go the route that gives them the most money. And they're just like, that's my phrase, like, show me my money. You don't hear that from the ones that they push up on YouTube. But there's other videos on there that's scary, about deaths that you won't hear, and I had some of them checked out. And I had, like, quickly downloaded them because I'm like, oh God. And, you know, even, you know, as much as I love Jesse Lee Peterson, who comes the closest to their message, he's not covering those deaths, not that I know of. And these guys are. So it's something to check into. Blacks for Trump 2020, because you need that info too. Peace out, guys. Bye.